Ladies and gentlemen, today is the day. It is July 31st, and we have a big day ahead of us. We have our 100% free preseason camp today in Orlando, Florida. I'm going to say that again. We have our 100% free preseason camp, and we, to my knowledge, have received over 300 applications. And we have accepted about 100 people to come and participate. So what I want to do, at least with the first part of this video and this live, is to explain to you what's going to happen today if you are in attendance for the event, just so everybody's on the same page and it's very clear. Okay, so I have like 10 things to get through, and then I do want to talk about there's a couple things I do want to discuss today, actually, and I will do that shortly. And it's really things that we can do to help change and improve the youth development landscape before, how do I explain this? Before the World Cup in 2026. So without further ado, again, we have our 100% free preseason camp today, tomorrow, and Tuesday. It starts at 4:30. Doors open for the public to come in at 4. You have to check in at the front desk. And you need to make sure that your player is wearing a black shirt, black shorts, and black socks. If they're not wearing that, they're probably not going to be able to train, because that's what we're requiring for the training session. Black shirt, black shorts, black socks. Okay? They must wear indoor shoes. There are no cleats. No cleats. You're going to be wearing indoor shoes. If there are cleats, they're not allowed to train. So make sure your child is wearing indoor shoes. Okay? Because we're going to have so many people in attendance, you will have to bring your own ball. We will have extra balls, but bring your own, because if we don't have enough, that's why. You need to bring, we're telling people, bring your own ball for this. Very important, okay? Make sure you bring ample water or whatever hydration drink your child likes to have. I obviously recommend water, but we also have in our indoor facility, we have, if you need extra, we have water you can buy, and I think it's Powerade you can buy. There's extra drinks available. Okay, so just know that. It's going to be hot. It's Florida, okay? Let's see. This is important. This is number 5. Players get out what they put in. So we're gonna push your kids hard today, man. If you're coming to this session, your kid is gonna be pushed. And saying that, though, they have to put in the effort. We as coaches cannot force your child to work hard. It is on them to actually do it, if you understand what I'm saying. So if they want to, if they push themselves hard and they're being motivated by a coach to help push them, great. If we have to force the child to be pushed, we're probably going to take them out, to be honest, because then they don't need to be here. Okay, just understand that. Okay, 6. This is very, very important, okay? What we're going to be focusing on during this preseason camp, I got YouTube and Instagram, is all about the individual. This is not a team camp. This is individual-based training. So we're going to do a lot of footwork, juggling, 1v1, and coordination or speed and agility. That's what we're going to be doing all 3 days. So make sure you understand that. If you're coming to this is not passing, this is not receiving, nope. This is individual work. Again, we're going to have 4 stations. So players are going to work like this. Basically 20-minute stations where it's 20 minutes of juggling, 20 minutes of dribbling and 1v1 work, skill work. 20 minutes of 1v1, 20 minutes of coordination and speed and agility. That's what we're going to be doing at the free camp today. So, this is what we're going to be doing, unless I tell you otherwise. And I'm going to be running the clock. So make sure that you guys understand what the players are going to be going through when you come to this event. And you're going to be pushed, man. That's it. I appreciate the support, Carrie. I agree. I think it will be top notch. Okay. As well, this is number 7. Make sure that you guys tag us on social media if you want to take pictures and videos. We're going to have a spot where parents are able to stay. They're not allowed to go on the field, obviously. You're not allowed. We're going to have certain areas specifically for parents, so you guys know where to be, and you can choose to watch from that spot if you want. If you don't want to, that's fine too. But just know that we're going to have certain, we'll call it designated areas for parents. Okay? Make sure you tag us on social media. So we have at High Soccer Prospects. That's right here. You can see the organization here. High Soccer Prospects. So at High Soccer Prospects. At High Soccer Arena, which is the indoor facility. And then we also have at Kyle C. Wilson Official, which is me. And then at Tiago Cucci, because we're the 2 guys behind it that put this thing together for you to come get free training. Okay, so tag us on social media. Don't be afraid to say hi. Like, I'm not going to bite nobody except like during the session. Then you don't really want to talk to me as a parent. But like post training or before training, if you get there early because doors open at 4, you can come maybe have a conversation with us. And if you want, we can have a conversation. No big deal. So we're going to have 3 days of training. Like I said, doors open at 4. The session will start at 4:30. We're going to split the kids probably by age group. We'll see how they're doing, and then we can move based on how we feel like they're doing. Okay? We may have some stuff going on. We haven't fully decided yet what we're going to do, but we may have some giveaways going on, so you might want to pay attention to that. And then 9, like I said, players will be rotated through stations. So they're going to be 20 minutes on a station. So, for example, 20 minutes on juggling, 20 minutes on dribbling, 20 minutes on 1v1, 20 minutes on coordination and speed and agility. That's what they're going to be doing for the day. Okay? And then tell your kids, please, make sure they come up and say thank you to each of the coaches that are there helping you. We should have 6 coaches today, girls and boys. Yep, girls and boys, 6 coaches today. And they're going to be at their specific station running it. And then you're going to get water breaks during and between sessions or stations, I should say. Okay? And remember, that's pretty much it. They need to wear a black shirt, black shorts, black socks. Bring your own ball. Okay? It is at our indoor facility at High Soccer Arena in Orlando. Okay, and I need to say this again. Black shorts, black shirt, black shorts, black socks, and a ball. Bring your own ball. We may not have enough equipment for everybody, so it's better you bring your own stuff. Okay, if you don't bring your own stuff, then your kid may have to wait longer because we're telling you to bring your own stuff. Okay, doors open for you guys to come in at 4 o'clock. You can walk in at 4. So if you want to get there at 3:50, wait in your car 10 minutes, walk in at 4, done. You're good to go. The session will start at 4:30. I'm going to say that again. The session will start at 4:30. So if you're late, that is on you. Don't complain to us when you're late. I recommend getting there at 4, like be inside at 4, or like 4:05, 4:10 at the latest. That way you're in. You can see what it looks like. And some of you we know there's people traveling from different parts of the country. So yeah, just be ready to go. Okay, and that's pretty much it in regards to the camp. I hope that makes sense. It's at our indoor facility called High Soccer Arena, which is 366 W. Taft Vineland Road, Orlando, Florida, 32824. Okay, so like I said, we're excited to have you guys come into work, do what you need to do, bring your stuff that we're telling you to bring, and come in and work hard, guys. It's really that simple. So I hope you enjoy that. I hope you're having fun. And then obviously I'll try and get to some of your questions if you have them. This will be a very quick live, to be honest. I got a bunch of stuff I got to get done, but just some ideas that we could talk about to improve youth development before the World Cup in 2026. Especially with Messi being here, there's going to be a lot of attention. So on my Twitter feed, I put out a bunch of stuff that I would recommend change-wise for the country. In fact, I even went more ruthless. Like the one that I put out on Twitter isn't as ruthless as I want it to actually be. Because for example, I would say U9 and U10 should be only 3 versus 3. And then 11 and 12 should be 5 versus 5. And then above that, then you can start looking at 11v11. But what I put on my Twitter feed was 5v5 for U9 and U10. And then 8v8 for U11 and U12. Because I was like, it'll be easier, I think, for people to buy into that than doing the other way, which would be 3v3, 5v5. I think people are going to be like, oh my God, it's too big. And for me, I'm just looking at this. How can we improve our youth development structure before the World Cup? Because the World Cup is coming, guys. It's going to be here before you know it. It's already going to be 2024 very soon, and then the World Cup's 2.5 years away, basically. And then it's going to be a year, and then it's going to be here, and we're going to be like, wow, that was fast. And it happens every single time. We already had the World Cup in Qatar. I remember when they made the announcement, I was pissed when Qatar got the World Cup, because I'm like, that was clearly bought. I was freaking pissed, dude. I remember I actually wrote an email to FIFA. I was pissed. So, yeah, it was funny. What's up, Shyok Sucker? What up, bruh? So, yeah, that's it. So those are the kind of things that I'm talking about, changes-wise, about youth development. Focus on skills. Focus on doing the right thing. It's it's not that hard, man. Just do the right thing for the kids. And this always comes back to the cash cows. Okay, I get it. And I don't blame cash cows for being cash cows. But at some point, do the right thing. And that's why, actually it's funny. A guy, was messaging me saying, oh, you must be a cash cow too. And I'm like, bro, you can think in any way that you want. That's okay. I'm not going to be upset if you think I'm a cash cow. That's okay. Because I know what I'm trying to do. And he's like, well, tell me why you're not. And I'm like, sure, I have no problem. You're probably not going to buy into it, but that's okay. And I was like, a cash cow is somebody that's going to do anything possible just to make money. That's what a cash cow does. They put aside the benefits, that's not even the right word, let's say the needs of their client or their membership or their players, and they go, we're just here to make money. So that would be an example of you come to training and it's just scrimmaging. So like a 501c3 nonprofit that doesn't ever get back, it doesn't ever get back, give back to their membership would be a cash cow. For example, they just scrimmage, they're making $2 million a year in revenue, and that probably means they're making about $1 million to $500,000 minimum per year. And you can't give something back to your membership. You just have to charge everybody. Like that would be a cash cow. And then the other side is, dude, all of my online content is free. Like you guys asked, for example, Kyle, how do I navigate the system? What should I do? I gave it to you. Playbook. Boom. Here it is. Kyle, I need exercises for footwork. Boom, gave them to you. I have footwork exercises you can do at home. Kyle, I don't know how to go to college. Boom, gave it to you. Kyle, I don't know how to develop my child's mind. Boom, gave it to you. Kyle, I don't know how to make my child eat better. I don't know how to, get him to think about what he should be doing off the field. Boom, gave it to you. My development plan. What else? What else do you need? I have 2 tactical courses as well coming out in the very near future. I think you guys are going to love these because it's all about, really for parents and kids teaching the basics of tactics to help you guys understand what should be happening on a field, at least from a youth soccer perspective. Because again, like youth soccer does not prepare kids for the next level. So like if you go to college, you go to anything above that really, then what happens is the coach, like my college coach, had a tactical plan. Hey, we're going to be playing like this. So for example, in attack, we're going to play 4-3-3. In defense, we're going to go 4-4-2. And that kind of stuff happens all the time, man. Like that's tactics. And I try and break that down. And what a lot of teams are doing now, and it's probably the last 5 to 10 years this has really started happening, it's called the 5-and-5 system. So this means you defend with 5 to be prepared for transition, and then you attack with 5 to be, trying to score goals. That does not mean that not everybody's moving up. Everybody's moving up. But the coach tactically prepares a team to defend with 5 in case of a counterattack, so transition to counterattack. And then they attack with 5, where they send 5 guys to try and break lines to make goals, while they have 5 other ones back to rotate the ball, if that makes sense. So that's what the 5-and-5 system is from a very quick general overview. And most people in the country don't know that, because like you'll watch a pro game and then they show you the lineup, and the lineup is, okay, today Man City's playing 4-2-3-1. Well, no, that's their on-paper formation. That is not their, for example, build-up phase. That is not their maintaining possession phase, and that is not their kill phase. Kill phase is going for the goal, right? And then flip side, then you have their defending phase. Okay, so they're defending high press, confrontation line, low block. What are the phases that they're going to be in? And like that's not being taught to kids. Kids are just being put on a field. Hey, you're going to go play 4-3-3 today, and that's it. But like again, that's why I keep saying like youth soccer fails to develop and prepare kids for the next level, because you don't know what needs to be done, bro. Like you guys don't understand like the tactical side that goes into this piece, and it's hard, man. I can't tell you otherwise. I wish it was easier and I wish it was simpler. But that's the honest truth, bro. Like end of the day, they don't have to care about you. They don't. They just take your money, baby. Cash cow. Cash cow loves your money. But yeah. Any questions I can answer from anybody before I keep going? Thoughts, questions, remarks? So, that's the thing, bro. Like, they don't, youth soccer don't have to do crap for nobody. And it's funny because, like, I talk to a lot of people, bro. Like, I'll give you this story. I think you guys will find this interesting. So, 3 years ago, when I first started my organization, High Soccer Prospects, met a guy and didn't see him a lot. He was a basketball guy. Didn't see him a lot, but he would come into a gym that we were renting. And one time he came in and I'm like, bro, like, I don't see you very often, but you come maybe like once a month. Like, what's the deal? They're like, oh, they hired me as a consultant, just kind of overseeing. Like, what do you do? He's like, I don't work with the general public. I'm like, general public? What are you talking about? I don't understand. He's like, I don't work with average people. I'm like, okay, I understand that, but can you like clarify? He's like, I don't work with kids. I don't work with parents. They don't understand what it takes to get to the next level. I'm like, okay, so what do you do? He's like, I work with pro athletes in the NBA. And I'm like, now I get what you're trying to say. And I'm like, okay, so like expand on this. So like, what are you talking about? He's like, okay, I'll run you through a list. The average person, kids and parents show up late. They don't know how to take care of their body. They don't know how to eat well. They don't know how to rest. He's like, when I train pro players in the NBA, he's like, they show up early. They obviously take care of their body. They're in the gym. They're recovering. They're doing everything necessary. When they come to train, he's like, this is the best part for me. He's like, when they come to train, I don't have to push them. They know how to push themselves. And I was like, bro, that is so fire right there. Because like the average parent, in my opinion, thinks that they can pay me or pay a coach or pay whoever they or trainer. I need you to push my son. No. That's not how this works. If your son wants to get to the next level like he's saying so, I mean, obviously he can help be motivated and guided, right? But like, if we have to push your son, be like, okay, Johnny, I need you to give me another rep, please. Johnny, come on, work harder. Johnny, work harder. Like, dude, I hate that. Most people hate that. And that's not the type of people that we want to work with, obviously, because it's about like for me personally, and I've worked with a lot of kids that I've had to push, and that it's the worst thing ever, bro. Like, I hate standing there and be like, Johnny, please work harder. Come on, Johnny, work. Johnny, work. Johnny, please, I need you to give more. Johnny, please, more effort. I need you to work harder. Like, that's just not a fun environment for me. It's not a fun environment for the kid. And then the parent gets upset at the kid or in the coach because they're like, well, he's not working hard enough. Yeah, no shit, I know that. So that's why, like, when he said that stuff, I'm like, damn, dude, like, and then, like, again, I've been able to work with pros, and, dude, they bust their ass, bro. I don't have to say, for example, I work with Benji. I'm not like, hey, Benji, let's go, bro, again. I need you to work harder. Harder, Benji. Harder. Nuh-uh. Nope, he just comes in, gets his warm-up in, boom, we work. And then he gets out. That's it. Like, for example, the kid I talk about a lot, Nick, whose mom actually was in here. I don't know if she still... I trained him for 2.5 years from 9 to 12. Dude, I'm telling you the truth. Maybe 2 times I had to tell him, Nick, work harder. Or Nick, really, it was really more like Nick, focus. Like, that was it. Everything else was on him. We would just do the reps. Reps. So, like, it's on the kid, bro. Like, like that fire has to be inside their belly. Like, you know what? You're right, coach. Mom and dad, I need to go do this because this is my dream. And a lot of people I think they don't understand that. Like, they'd rather just pay somebody to fix their kid. And I'm like, that's not how this works. Like, you can't fix somebody's kid. The kid has to want to do it. Like, I put that video out, and some people thought it was a lie. And I'm like, why would I make that up? It's true. Somebody offered me $20,000 for 4 months of training to train their kid because they're like, oh, Kyle, I've heard what you've done and you've done with other players. And I'm like, okay, bro, I'll give your kid 1 session. Let me see. So I did 1 session, worked him out. And then, like, after about half an hour, I'm like, bro, I can't. Like, I'm like, there's no way. Because I had to sit there and try and motivate him. And I told the dad got upset. And I'm like, look, man, like, I appreciate you wanting to try for your son, but he don't want it. And if he don't want it, it ain't gonna work. Because you're expecting me to turn your kid into this rock star when he doesn't want to be a rock star. I can't force your son. You can't force your son. Nobody can force your son to want to be a rock star. If he wants to be a rock star, then he'll be a rock star. If he don't want to be a rock star, then he's not going to be a rock star. And so the dad was like, oh, I want to pay you. I'm like, I was like, bro, I can't take the job. Because if I take the job and I can't get to the level that you're asking me to do, which I won't be able to because the child doesn't want to, you're going to be upset at me at the end of the day. No. I'm like, bro, it's not worth my time or my money. Like, the investment that I would have to make and that you would have to make, I'm like, there might be somebody else that will accept it. I'm like, it's not for me. Because, like, I can't, like, for me personally, bro, I cannot work with kids that don't want to be there. And if you don't want to be there, then don't be there. It's okay. And then mom and dad, if your kid doesn't want it, that's okay. But just understand that that's, they're going to have a different life. They're going to go to college probably or whatever, trade school, get a 9-to-5 job. They want to be average. That's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. That's okay. Like, most people in this world are average. Like, they are. It's okay. It's part of the business. Like, the 98% of the world is that. Okay. No problem. To be different, you have to think outside the box. You have to do things differently. If you do what the system tells you to do, what the youth soccer system tells you to do, you will not make it. Why do you think all of our best players, almost all of them, the ones that are on the national team, have left our country before they were even adults, like 13, 14 years old? They left because they knew staying here they weren't going to make it. It's not designed for success. At least if you go to Europe, like let's say you go to France, there's a pathway. You can move up the ladder like this. Is it hard as hell? Yeah, it's hard as hell. But you can go from Division 5, get to Division 3, get to Division 2, work there for 3 years, get to Division 1. Like, it's possible. It's way more likely there, in my opinion, to work your way up the ladder than here, because there's no ladder here. Like, for example, we don't have promotion and relegation. Like, you look what everybody's so excited about Wrexham. Look at Wrexham. Wrexham is now in the professional level in League 4. Or I guess it's really called League 2. League 2. It's the 4th division. So, like, they're working their way up. They're now professionals, technically. So, it's like, you can do that. But here, you can't. Like, nobody's going to get into MLS unless you pay $300 million just for a franchise. So, like, it's hard, bro. I always tell people, here it's way harder in terms of the pathway is way harder. There is a pathway in Europe or South America. It exists. But it's hard as hell. So, it's not easy, bro. It's hard as hell. But you can do it if you really bust your ass. And the key thing is, you have to have the level. If you don't have the level, you're not going to make it. Like, that's what people don't understand. That's why when I put those tweets out, I'm like, everybody's so concerned about team development. And I'm like, okay, so let's take a team. Let's take a youth team in America. Let's say somehow you keep the same group together for 8 years and you get to U18, always played their age group. How many of those kids do you think are going to go to college? Let's start with college. If you're really lucky, 2. 2 will go to college. 2 out of a 15-man roster, 2 are going to go to college. Right? 1, if the team is extremely good, maybe goes pro. Maybe, like on a 10% maybe go pro. And that's being generous. Right? So like then you're talking about maybe 3 guys from an entire team of 15 on a very good team go on to be at the next level. Maybe 3, and that's being extremely generous. Maybe 1. So like everybody's so concerned about team development. So let's see. Josh said, "Are you saying you cannot make it without leaving the U.S.? So if you never let your child move overseas, is it even worth it?" No, I didn't say that. I said the pathway does not exist. Do you understand what I'm saying with that? There's no pathway. So, Josh, have you read my playbook? That's why I put the playbook out, because there's no pathway. So, from my opinion, based on 23 years as a player and going on almost 10 years as a coach, my experience tells me the best path, if you cannot play for an MLS academy, is when you get to 15 years old, you reframe your focus in zone 2 and you focus on opportunities. If you do the same crap that everybody else does, where you do MLS Next and you pay for that, and you do ECL and you pay for that, and you don't know how to market yourself, you're not going to get there. 1, 2, you won't be prepared for it. Josh, if you go to my bio link, you will see the playbook audio. Like, I really, for sure. I should tell you, a good question, Josh. So I actually restructured my entire bio link. So I made everything way easier for you. You can find everything there, already organized one by one. And yeah, Zico, the playbook is the exact steps that I would take with my son if he was going through the system today, from birth to trying to become a pro. The exact steps. Everything that I would do, and I recommend that you do it, but it's your choice if you take the advice or not. Because a lot of people have asked me, like, probably 100 people, Kyle, like, I don't know how to navigate this. What should you do? What should I do? And I'm like, here, I'll write it for you. So I have a written version, I have an audio version, and I actually have a book coming out. So the book is going to be a different name. Yeah, it applies for daughters too. Yeah, absolutely. So the only difference I would say with a daughter would be that I would have her play with boys as long as physically possible. That would be my goal. Play with boys. Because every girl that I've worked with that have gone on to be a top Division I player, and I've worked with a couple of them, They all had prolonged experience playing with boys, like years. Like playing on a boys' team, years of it. So that would be my recommendation. Everything else is basically the same, to be honest. It's just that is the minor tweak. So, they probably can't do it after 15. For sure they can't. They could probably do it 14, maybe 14, 13 for sure. A lot depends on the size of your daughter. He's right. It really is free. No spam emails, no BS. Go get it. Literally, it's free. Like, you don't have to give me anything. Like, you can just go get it. So, the thing is, like, I love that you said that. I don't know how to say your name, but 5357510 building RG. It literally is free. You can just go get it. Like, you don't have to give me anything. So, you can just go grab it, and you're good to go. Other than pickup games, how do you play with boys as a girl? So, Josh, let me invite you into live because it'll be a lot easier to answer your questions directly. So let me do that. Let me invite you in. Okay, but anyways, what I was saying, so like my length, a lot of people are asking, how do I find this stuff? Because I have 5 footwork programs, I have 2 college recruiting programs, and I have 3 development programs. One's a pro mindset, one's a development thing, and one's a master course. And people did not know how to get all of it. So I've literally restructured the entire thing. So you can go to my bio link and you can click on any single course and you can get access in 3 seconds. So it's just that easy. Plus I have the playbook, which in my opinion, bro, like honestly, I think the playbook is game changing. There's never been anything that I've seen from anybody that has put out what steps you should take. I still want to hear your thoughts on player size. If they are not physically mature by 15, can they still like? Yeah, I mean, Raymond, you're going to have, you will absolutely have late developers for sure. And that's okay. Like my brother was a late developer. It's part of the business. So you just have to scale it, right? So if they're not ready physically, then you have to adjust the plan slightly, and that's okay. Hold on, let me try and fix this for Josh. So, you might have to do 1 year up, 2 years up. Maybe you're not ready for UPSL, but like, to be honest, bro, I don't buy that because it's all here. And I'll tell you why. Like, we had a kid, 14 years old, play against grown men, and most people are gonna be like, "Oh, he's big." Dude, the kid is not big. He's very, very small, and he was able to dominate on the field as a 14-year-old with grown men. Like, he was almost in the category of what I would call a generational talent. I don't think he was there yet, but in this country, he would probably be a generational talent. If you compare him to like the rest of the world, because we don't have the pathway, I would not call him a generational talent, but he's actually in another country now playing for a pro academy. So, but he was 14 years, I should give you more details. So 14 years old, he played, I think probably 12 to 15 games UPSL with us, or with a partner program that we had at the time. His first game, UPSL, never played a game before adults, by the way. Got a goal. Scored the only goal of the game for us. We tied 1-1. And we're all like, damn, this kid came in and scored a goal. 14 years old, playing against grown-ass men. And then, second game, next week. Goal and an assist. And I'm like, God dang, oh, this kid is on 14 years old. We have the video. I can show it to you. We have the video. You guys would be like, what? He's probably 5'4", very small. Maybe 5'4", maybe 5'3", maybe 5'2". Small, bro. I mean, small. Not a big boy. Very small. But he had this. He was locked in here. Like, he was not afraid. And he was like, and it's funny, I told his mom, I'm like, bro, he reminds me of a Phil Foden at the same age. Like, he was running through the other team. Passing, assisting, combination, dribbling. I'm like, damn, dude, like, this is nuts. So that's why, like, people say, oh, he's got to be big. Oh, I'm not big. So now he's playing for a professional club. He's not a pro. He's in the academy. Plays 1 year up in South America. And basically what I was saying is, after that second game, we sent highlights out. And from there, he got invited to an international tournament in South America. And then, after that, performed well at that tournament, got invited to join a pro club. So he's at a pro club now. And, Phil was very fast. I wouldn't say this kid was very fast, but he was very good with the ball and mentality very, very strong. So, like, that's the difference. Like, parents think the kid has to be big. Nope. If you can control here and you have skill and intelligence, dude, you can get away with a lot of stuff. Now, obviously, he had to build his body, which he started doing in the last probably year and a half. But, bro, like, if you got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't. That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to be big to play football. You got to have a mind, you got to be locked in, and you got to be mentally strong. And have skill, obviously. I mean, the thing is, skill is a prerequisite. If you don't have skill, you're not playing nowhere, bro. Like, you ain't gonna have it. It's a prerequisite. The intelligence, you can build on it. The mentality, you can build on it. Whoever locks that in wins, in my opinion. So, yeah, let's see. What else? But yeah, man, that's the gist of it, bro, to be quite honest with you. So what else, man? What else? How else can I help anybody? Anybody else have any further questions? Because we're about 30 minutes. I can get off now and get back to work. I get ready for this, some details. But it's all in the mind, bro. You control your mind or don't. It's up to you. Let me know, man. Any final thoughts, questions before I hop off Instagram or YouTube? Let me know, G-Wag. So, give me another 30 seconds. Any final questions, thoughts, anything I can help answer, do? I'm here to help, guys. Give back, and I love how the person said, it's actually free. It is actually free. Yeah, literally free. What I'll probably do with the book when I finish it, I'll probably put it on Amazon. I don't think Amazon will let it be free. I've heard from a couple of people you have to charge at least $1. They actually want you to charge more, but it's not about the money, man, to be honest. Kyle, is it worth going to a 1-week camp in Europe if invited to a camp at PSG, for example? Son is 8. So, Golden question. What is your goal at the camp? Second question, how much money is it? What do you think is ideal time a child should practice per week? I mean, if you've watched some of my videos, Issa, what I say is they should practice 6 or 7 days a week. That does not mean they have to be on a field. That could be mental training. That could be charisma training. That could be tactical training. You could have them download my courses and get to work on that. But, I mean, they should touch the ball probably 6 days out of the week, 1 day off. Again, that could be going outside and juggling for 20 minutes. That could be downloading one of my, like, for example, explosive footwork formula and practicing that for 20 minutes. Doesn't have to be a lot, but you got to do something every day, in my opinion. How do you get a team to bond with each other? It's you 14 girls. What I would do is, if it sounds like you're not having a good environment for them, you need to have some team events. You know, have them go out to, I don't know, Dave and Buster's or whatever girls like to do. Maybe a pizza thing or something. You know, they need to be hanging out with each other. Or maybe have them all go to the beach or the pool or something. Any recommendations for mental training? Yes, Issa. One of my courses in my bio link is mental. So I would go download that or get access to it ASAP right now. After this live, jump on that. Go to my bio link. It's called The Pro Mindset. Go get it right now, free. Just get access, start learning, and it's more designed for the kid. Parent can sit there with them and go through it, but it's designed for the child to help them develop. It has actually a plan. Like, it's a plan of what you need to be doing to develop the mindset. So I recommend you follow it. Because the mental side is the hardest part about the game. Skill is a prerequisite. Mental is what get kids to the next level. Golden, do you want to give me some feedback so I can answer your question real quick? What is your goal of the camp, and how much is it? I can already answer the question, to be honest. I don't need that information. But listen, at the end of the day, they invite you for these camps because I'm sure it's a lot of money. It's going to be some sort of residency camp probably. You're going to have to spend probably $1,000, $500 to $1,000 just for the camp. Unless you got invited in because you won something. That I've seen that happen too. But for the most part, you pay a lot of money. If you're going there for an experience, like just for your kid to see something different, yeah, okay, it's decent. If you have the money and it's not a problem, yeah. If you're looking at it from like, oh, my kid's going to get exposure, no, not going to happen. That's why they run camps. It's not for exposure. It's to make money. Like, again, I have a friend that works in France, one of the biggest clubs there. It's not PSG. And they have summer camps that you can bring your kid to. 500 to 600 euros. And all their staff is not there. They're on vacation. Their staff has break from basically June 1st until probably July 15th. They have breaks. So they're on rest, bro. They're bringing in other people to wear the uniform, wear the brand, and then run sessions because they want to make a little bit more money on the side. So, yeah, I don't know if that answers your question, bro. I hope it does, but it just depends on what you want to get out of it. If you want that type of experience, yeah, cool. If you think your kid's going to get scouted from it, the chance of your kid getting scouted from that is smaller than 0.01%. Like, I mean, it's so minuscule because they're not looking at it from that perspective. They're saying, hey, we want your money. We're going to invite you to this program. It's a 1-week residency or whatever it is, 500 euros or 1,000 euros. If you're looking for the experience, yeah, cool. If you're looking to get exposure, no. It's like what I say about ODP. ODP used to be the best platform in the world. I mean, used to be a good platform for exposure. Now it's not. It's still relevant because you can join the ODP national team. What the hell is an ODP national team? And they went to the Dallas Cup. Why is the ODP national team going to a Dallas Cup? I've never seen a national team go to a Dallas Cup. That's just me. But anyways, guys, I'm going to get off. I hope I answered a lot of your questions. If you're coming to the preseason camp, I'll see you guys there. Doors open at 4 o'clock. And we are going to have a great session, a lot of work, and a lot of fun. But you guys, see you soon. See you later today if you're coming. And enjoy.